chess. These are things that people used to do in the 80s. Taking walks, watch horse racing. These are things that people used to do in the 80s. Now on with the video.
The 1980s was the period that music videos became an essential part of the music industry. The birth of MTV in 1981 sparked a whole load of innovation in what music videos could do. While being primarily a promotional tool, it was also an opportunity to break boundaries and to experiment. In other cases, it was just a whole load of goofing around. I want to talk about 4 videos from the 80s that I find pretty entertaining for numerous reasons, namely their silliness, but also for the question of why did someone think this into existence? In preparation for this video, I looked at other lists of weird, ridiculous videos from the 80s, and none of my examples really came up, so I wanted to highlight some music videos that maybe haven't got enough recognition for how bad or cheesy they are. I'm not just going to be looking at videos that are obviously trying to be dumb, cause yeah, okay, guys wearing funny hats and eye patches, we get it, it's the 80s. But I'd like to look at some forgotten gems that have remained perpetually stuck in the time they were made, and also tell you about what makes them special in my eyes by over-analysing them for comedy's sake. So put your leather trousers on and come back in time with me for the time of big hair, cocaine, and rooms with way too much smoking. Out of Touch is a 1984 single by Daryl Hall and John Oates. Hall is the lead singer of the group, while Oates is the guitarist, although in this video he's just a guy who is also there. If you don't know this duo, they were a huge deal back in the 80s. They had 6 #1 singles in America, tying them with modern day artists like Ariana Grande and BTS. The stage of the video depicts Hall and Oates performing the song surrounded by a giant drum kit that they are being relentlessly taunted by, whether they're being shaken about by the slamming of the kick pedal or chased and flattened by a rolling snare drum, Tom and Jerry style. Shots also show other people sat atop the drums, banging them and laughing, who are presumably their captors. Whatever's happening in the video, our 2 main protagonists are on the receiving end of the chaos, but putting that aside, they mostly seem to be enjoying themselves. Our leading lad Daryl loves to dance like he really needs a piss, while his best mate John just vibes in the corner behind him, occasionally offering a dramatic ad-lib or two. As the song progresses, Hall starts to sing about the turmoil of needing a significant other, reaching out for something to hold, and manic moves and drowsy dreams, expressing his pain by passing out midway through the video. However, all that is quickly glossed over by shots of the pair looking cool as hell. Hall pretends to sing into a microphone, while Oates nails a cartwheel so well that they have to replay it in slow motion. This video is overall a real riot from start to finish. Despite being the backing vocalist, I think John Oates really is the unsung star of this video. His presence is just a joy every time he appears on camera. He clearly loves life. Being on top of the charts at that point, it's hard to blame them for not really caring about making a serious video. I would rate Out of Touch a very awesome cartwheel out of 10. Our next video comes from 2 rock legends, Mr. David Bowie and Mick Jagger, with their cover of the song Dancing in the Street. This song and video were recorded in the space of 13 hours, a couple of weeks in advance of the Live Aid event where it debuted. When it comes to the performance in this video, think Daryl Hall from Out of Touch, but even more unhinged. The entire vibe of this video feels like Mick Jagger has lost his absolute mind. Like at the end of this video, he's going to be dancing straight through the doors of the mental asylum he's being admitted to as a result of this. And Bowie has been stuck with him, and he's just trying to do his job and get the shoot done so he can get the fuck out of there. You can tell that he's not as energized as Jagger in the video, although they do end up having good chemistry together. So much in fact, we get a bit of romantic tension in the middle. Had the internet been around in the 80s, do you know the amount of fan fiction there would have been around this? Forget Larry, we would have had Mavid or Dick. The way I discovered this video is actually from a silent version someone made where the music is removed and replaced by the sound of them just doing it a cappella, and it is absolutely hilarious. I recommend you watch that after you've watched this. I can't hate on the video much though. It was a song made for charity and all the money went to a good cause. Probably. I'm gonna give this video a gold star for being a thoroughly entertaining watch. We miss you, Bowie. Video number 3 is Centipede by Rebby Jackson. Rebby is the eldest of the famous Jackson family siblings. Some of you may not be aware that all 9 brothers and sisters had their own music careers to varying amounts of success. Rebby is perhaps the least talked about of the Jackson sisters, as she only had one hit song to her name, which was this record right here. Centipede is written and produced by her brother Michael Jackson, who also sings backing vocals alongside the Weather Girls, so this was guaranteed to be a banger of a song. But it seems MJ clearly had nothing to do with the video, as this thing is one hot mess of awkward dancing and cheap visual effects. Centipede takes place in an art gallery where Miss Rebby envisions herself in this painting that comes to life, and she performs this song amongst a group of men who stand around in tuxedos. Throughout the video we see various animals, not just centipedes. It seems Rebby might have been able to borrow some of Michael Jackson's exotic pets for the shoot, as a tiger shows up and there's also a snake that shoots lightning from its eyes. For some reason, Rebby continues to try and swoon us with whatever this is, while she shows off her magical enchanting abilities to shoot lightning from her hands and freeze men when she grabs them. Maybe some of you can let me know in the comments if you think Rebby is serving in this video or not, but I find her dancing to be about as mobile as a willow tree waving its leaves in the wind. Honestly, this music video is laughably cringe in my opinion. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10 centipedes, because that was the amount of times I actually saw a centipede in this video. And we're gonna have another Jackson family related video for my last pick, because they just couldn't hold back making weird videos. Torture is the name of this single, released by the Jackson brothers to promote their 15th album Victory. By this point Michael Jackson had released Thriller, and he really had no reason to be involved with this thing, but he ended up doing an entire album and tour with his brothers. While the tour was successful, there was a lot of drama between the Jacksons during this period, which led to the making of this video being an absolute dumpster fire that ended up bankrupting the production company behind it. The director Jeff Stein described the making of Torture as an experience that lived up to the song title. The shoot ended up going over schedule and over budget. Stein said that the shoot was so stressful that one of his crew members lost control of her bodily functions. Despite being on the song, Michael Jackson didn't show up to the shoot, leaving them to have to rent a wax figure from Madame Tussauds to replace him. On the first day of the shoot, Jeff Stein told the crew that since the Jacksons were Jehovah's Witnesses, no drugs or alcohol would be tolerated on set. And shortly after, he discovered 2 of the brothers behind a cyclorama in 30-foot high silhouettes, shoveling something into their nostrils. By the end of the filming, even the Jacksons themselves had stopped showing up. With that disastrous context in mind, it's no wonder Torture is as messy as it is. The 3 brothers who barely even sing on the song are performing on this platform in these campy outfits, assumingly having just snorted a mountain of cocaine, while they had to bring in other people dressed in costumes and wearing weird masks to fill the 6-minute runtime with something interesting to look at. There's another bit with a bunch of people that have no eyes. One of the guys has an eye growing on the palm of his hand. There's this female dancer who's just vibing out. Then a bunch of people dressed as spiders pounce on this person and turn them into a skeleton almost instantly. They are trying really hard to be scary, but the only scary thing is the wasted budget this video probably cost to make. I think the story of it getting made makes it funnier, and that's ultimately why I wanted to include it in this list. I'm rating Torture a 3 out of 5, for 3 out of 5 Jackson brothers actually being in it. Well done for showing up and risking your dignity to be a part of this. Okay, that was all the music videos I wanted to cover in this video. I might do something like this again if I feel like it. I'm just trying to make different types of videos about music and see what sticks. If you're still here, make sure you like and subscribe on your way out for more videos from me. We're just having a good time here.